Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report in the daytime. I'm Gage Samoji. He's Emerson Hip. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we hope you had a Merry Christmas.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you?
Yeah. It's a nice day, just hanging out with family and drinking a lot.
I love that. And you were off, which is nice for you.
Yes, restaurant was closed, so I had no obligations for work.
I know you tend to work on these kind of holidays, so.
I have a lot of my life, yes. That is true. That is true. Is that going to be the winner?
Yeah.
Oh!
We're watching the very exciting Pitt versus Toledo matchup. It's in the second OT. Toledo's on defense, and I see a defender with the ball. Don't know what that means. I don't think it's a
Gotta think that whistle blew at some point.
Had to.
Football came out.
Toledo's up 40-37. Toledo, on their last possession in overtime, scored a field goal, and Pitt is at the half-yard line. So it's looking like, you never know.
Yeah.
But it's looking like they're going to pull out with this very elusive, what bowl is this?
And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Very elusive.
They're not even like
it says Pittsburgh win. No.
That's just telling you what happens if they score.
Yeah. I'm joking, clearly, but because if we knew what this bowl was, we would know off the top of our heads.
Well, that's the Rate Bowl is next. Awesome name for a bowl.
Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
It just says rate.
But yeah, hope everybody had a happy holiday.
Did you watch any sports?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of the football games.
Both sucked.
It's kind of weird on Netflix.
I don't like the Netflix thing.
Weird.
I don't like football on Christmas, actually. I think it's dumb.
Well, like LeBron James said, Christmas is the NBA's day.
Yeah.
And, I didn't watch a ton of it, but, I caught a couple of the games.
Yeah. The thing I like, the NFL obviously is very powerful, but they have a sport that's unique in that all the games mean so much, right? Mm-hmm. And then to put them on a big holiday, I find that annoying, in a way.
I just don't think it's necessary.
Exactly. It's really unnecessary. It's one thing if it naturally happens on a Saturday or Sunday, or a Monday even. But, like, oh my God, how did they fuck that up?
So it's going to be, okay.
They have to go for it.
Well, they can kick a field goal.
I mean, they could, but they have to. Like, this is a bowl game.
So the Pitt quarterback had what I would assume to be a tight end wide open.
He's number 97. He may not be a tight end.
Overthrew, and the coach is going for 3.
Really? That is soft.
That is a bad way to...
That's why you also don't put defensive linemen on the field on offense. Mistake.
That's bad. I hope Ashley's watching.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she's sick, because I am sick for her. These uniforms that Pitt wear, it looks like Cal from afar. When Cal wears their yellow helmets.
A little bit. Kind of San Jose State-ish.
Yeah, that too.
They should have done a fake field goal. Come on.
Jeez. So it's going to go into a third overtime.
Which is going to be 2-point conversion.
If I was the head coach, easy for me to say, is he on his knees right now? Yes, he is.
He's sick.
I just do like a tush push. I mean, I don't know how often they...
She is indeed watching the game. She said, what the actual fuck?
That's great. She was texting us. Oh, my God.
I got to tell her we're talking about her on the podcast.
That's amazing. Oh, that's rough. I'm glad she's watching, because we had commented before if she was. And obviously she went to Pitt. She loves Pitt. But would I blame her if she wasn't watching this bowl game?
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't blame her at all. But we'll let you know how the rest of the overtimes go.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, Emerson, what are we drinking?
Tom Collins. I needed something bubbly to rescue me from this minor hangover that I got going on.
I got to tell you, yesterday I was more hungover than I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Had a little too much red wine at Grandma's house on Christmas Eve, but
nice.
It happens.
Nice.
Doesn't help that I was also drinking red wine at like 2 in the afternoon yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, because we had
That's a dangerous proposition.
For context, we had a big day, Devin, Theo, and I, on Christmas Eve. Had a nice lunch with her parents, and then went to my grandma's for dinner. And so,
big day.
Big day.
Yeah.
Big drinking, eating day, and woke up. I was hungover. I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. And I was dragging ass most of the day, but luckily, I don't think it showed.
Yeah.
So I know how you're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel okay, but I could be better.
What was your drink of choice yesterday?
All of them.
Everything.
I had a beer. I had a gin martini, which I don't eat or drink martinis very often. And then...
they do this 2-point thing now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're just going to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Gin martini, Negroni, then red wine at dinner, then back to... I think I had a little white wine after dinner. And then old fashions after that.
Okay.
And an espresso martini mixed in there, too.
Jeez. Okay.
It was, pretty brutal.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
And a little Wii bowling to just put the cherry on top.
Yeah. How'd you bowl?
Not good.
No?
No. We were a little tossed at that point.
Devin, I had a little bit of, I think I had, she made, not Manhattan, Cosmo, which is pretty good.
There you go.
Then she made us a nice pina colada. Blended.
Nice.
It has to be blended. I figured out it has to be blended. It's not the same.
That's fair.
You think the bowling alley has a blender?
Probably.
You think so?
Not.
Oh. You really got me excited there for a minute. Okay.
I feel like that might be the last place to have a blender.
They probably look at me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
They'd be like, are you kidding me?
So Ashley wanted us to quote her saying, "I hate Pat Narduzzi, who's the coach of Pittsburgh."
Okay.
And she said, "Pitt has lost this game 3 times and it's not even over yet." Let's go, Lefty. What you got?
And this is the backup, I think. Look at this.
Oh, wide open. Where's the defense?
Okay. You needed that a play ago, but, you'll take it. That's funny.
Go Panthers.
That's real funny. Also, I wanted to thank everybody who joined our CFP pool, speaking of college football.
Yep.
We had 17 join, 15 if you don't include Emerson and I.
Mm-hmm.
8 people picked Oregon, including Emerson and I.
Yep.
6 picked Georgia, not surprising. 2 picked Texas. And JoJo, bless his soul, picked Boise State to win it all.
You know what's funny is I just found this on the website. Like if you actually go on like the desktop version of the bracket pool or whatever,
yeah,
you can see everyone's odds to win. JoJo has the highest odds apparently,
wow.
even with his Boise State pick. Now they're not considering the teams that were picked, I don't think, but it's just based on who you have left in the field. And there are unfortunately 2 people that have 0 chance of winning, and that would be whoever this is and JT.
Wow. So you don't know who the other person is?
I don't, to be honest. I could probably see right here. No, it doesn't say.
I feel like ESPN does that. They'll just throw like a random person in your pool and make you feel good about it.
Well, no, like this person is in, like it's someone we know, but it for whatever reason doesn't show their name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it just shows like their random fan profile name. Oh, it's my boss.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
That is pretty good.
Sorry, boss.
But, yeah, I don't like Oregon. It's known, but, I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
I know you feel the same way.
Oh, yeah. I like the fact that I actually have the 4th highest odds, even with I didn't get all the games right as far as the picks. But
yeah, I think the Indiana pick really messed
what's
me up.
What's yours called again?
Dan Landing Strip.
That's pretty good. You had 7th best odds, only 3.3% chance to win that.
Mine originally was called Anyone But Oregon, but I had to get a little more original with it.
Yeah. Dan Landing Strip. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Some sad news we're going to mention.
Yeah.
MLB legend, Hall of Famer Rickey Henderson died at 65. He was most known, obviously, for playing for the A's. But as a youngster, I always thought Rickey Henderson played his whole career at the A's.
No, he played for a ton of teams.
Far from the truth.
Yeah.
He actually had 4 different stints with the A's.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
He also played for the Yankees, Blue Jays, Padres he had 2 stints with, Angels, Mets, Mariners, Red Sox, and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Is there any people rocking the Rickey Henderson Dodger jersey, by the way? I'd love to know who
Should
that
be.
is.
I wonder what number he wore. Did he get 20? He wore 25 for the Dodgers. He also wasn't always number 24 on the A's. He was number 35.
Yeah, I did.
And apparently his rookie year number was number 39.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Obviously most known for wearing number 24 with the Athletics. He was a 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion. He was on the 89 team and the 93 Blue Jays, I believe.
Yep.
AL MVP in 1990, a 3-time Silver Slugger, and a first ballot Hall of Famer.
His birthday would have been yesterday. Numbers would have been 66.
He was a Christmas baby?
Christmas baby, 1958.
Wow. But and of course, he has MLB records. He has 1,406 stolen bases, which is the most all time. 2,295 career runs. Can you explain to me is it you crossing the plate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime you score.
Okay.
Yep.
He was a leadoff guy, so that makes sense.
Yep. On base machine too.
And then he had 130 stolen bases in a season.
Yeah.
Which is an MLB record.
I think his if you want to get nerdy with the stats, his most impressive stat outside the stolen bases might be his career 401 on base percentage, which to do that over 25 seasons is insane.
Wow.
Like to do that in one season, that's like you're in an elite company.
Yeah.
And then to do that, and Toledo just won.
Wow. Rushing the field.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rickey Henderson, it's sad. I think for us, obviously not being A's fans, but being from the Bay Area, or I don't know if Napa's the
North Bay, dude.
North Bay, whatever. And like for my mom, this is probably kind of sad because she kind of grew up an A's fan, and she said she had the Bash Brothers posters in her room, so she definitely liked the '89 A's. If I take a guess,
we know plenty of A's fans too.
Yeah, and it's just from being from here. Wow, flag on the defense.
Doesn't matter though. Oh wait, what? Game's not over?
No. Jeez.
What?
and Toledo rushed the field too.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, face mask? Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a hold.
That's funny.
If Toledo loses this game, that's going to be bad. They're rushing the field. But going back to Rickey Henderson, he was only 65. That's, to me, still a young life.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't think the family came out and said why or how he passed away.
I think it was released that it was pneumonia.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah. And doesn't it seem kind of weird in a way that he passes away the year before the A's go to Sacramento and Vegas? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep, that is wild.
A little strange how life works, but R.I.P. to Ricky. Take a drink for you, Ricky.
Absolutely. We got the gold garnish in there just for you.
That we do. I should have wore the A's jacket today.
Ooh, that would have been clean.
It's all right. Sorry, Ricky. It's victory. What day is it? Thursday? I'm not working, so kind of lose track of the days. Victory Thursday, by the way. For some strange reason, the Cowboys won football.
It's kind of a loss for you guys, though.
Yeah, I know. Kind of stinks. So, yeah. What's she saying?
she just keeps going off on Coach. What did she just say? She said, Narduzzi holding his backup QB's hand on the sideline is so dumb. I don't know what she's talking about. She's on one, though.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas, Ashley.
Yeah. No easy way to go past that, but we must. So, Emerson, you want to get us going on some college football?
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, the first round of the college football playoff, first year doing 12 teams, not exactly the greatest of games, unfortunately, but nonetheless, we'll go down the line. Notre Dame beat Indiana 27-17.
And that score doesn't depict how the game actually
No, it was 27-3 with less than 5 minutes to go. So, that was a blowout. I did get that win in our picks. Did he get in?
It's hard to tell.
I don't think they're going to give it to him. Now they can rush the field.
But don't rush the field because they're going to replay it.
Yeah, I know. Watch them replay it and they give it to him. Please do that. Please do that.
Who would have thought Toledo Pitt would be this fun?
Okay, what is it? Can you read that?
The Game Above Sports Bowl.
What the fuck?
Was that one of them I picked or no? That's one I should have picked.
That's a good one. I would not have guessed that was a bowl.
No.
Anyhow, yeah, Notre Dame dominated Indiana. Jeremiah Love started the game, 8 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown. Penn State, they blew out SMU 38-10. That was a win for you, Gage.
Oh.
Penn State started out the scoring with 2 pick sixes, and the route was pretty much on from there.
SMU did not do themselves any favors in this game.
They didn't, and they didn't do any of the kind of non-major schools any favors in the future, as far as getting into the playoff. So tough one for them. Texas, they played Clemson with what was probably the best game, I think. They beat them 38-24. This game
he got there.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He stretched it out, I think. Oh my god.
He did. You're right, because he's not down yet.
I don't think so.
Because they're not calling forward progress stop. There's no way.
No.
That's in. He's in there. That's incredible.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, Texas beat Clemson 38-24. This game was a one-score game at one point in the fourth quarter. Of course, when Clemson made it a one-score game, Texas answered right back with a touchdown.
Yeah.
To make it to really polish out the game. They ran all over Clemson. That was really the biggest difference. Jaden Blue, 146 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Had that 77-yarder to basically seal the game in the fourth quarter. Also, his backfield mate, Quintravion Weisner, had 110 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns of his own.
But Clemson's first drive was perfect.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. It really was. And then Texas' first drive was beautiful too. Coach is really lobbying for this this score.
I just want to see how many taken back Toledo rushing of the fields that we can see in this game. I think he got in.
He definitely got in.
If they don't give it to him, I feel like that's
a mistake.
That's a little bit.
They just want to go home.
Right.
And in the last quarterfinal matchup first round matchup, Ohio State beat Tennessee 42-17. This game was never really close. The only time it kind of seemed like it was getting interesting is when Tennessee scored at the end of the first half to make it 21-10, and they actually had the ball to start the second half, but of course did nothing with it, and Ohio State ran away with the game from there. Will Howard, big day through the air for him, 311 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, added another 37 on the ground. Dominant defensive performance from Ohio State as well. 256 yards they held Tennessee to in the whole game.
So you mentioned it, the new CFP structure, and I was a big non-believer in this.
You were.
So there was all 4 games of the first round were won by 10 or more points, and like that Indiana game wasn't even that close.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think.
Pretty much every game was
So I'm not gonna say I was right because there's always next year, but I'm just saying.
I think it could just be a fluke. It could really change how the committee selects teams going forward, because there's no question that, like, if you're talking about Alabama versus SMU, that was the big topic of discussion about who should have been in. Alabama didn't have a great year. There's no question. They lost 3 games, but their strength of schedule and their resume was far better than 2-loss SMU, who played in the weaker conference, didn't beat any ranked teams. So that's something that the committee might have to really look at in future years. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the next round's better.
Hopefully let's say these 8 teams go at it and they're all great games.
Yeah.
Could you see the CFP maybe switching it from 12 to 8?
They're not going to go backwards because there's just too much money.
Yeah.
You wouldn't set this. They actually already have a deal in place to make it 14 in sometime in the next 5 years.
Wow.
So yeah, they're not going backwards. It's in.
So Toledo, that is 2 rushing of the fields, and you didn't win.
I really hope they lose now.
I do too.
It'd be just justice.
And it's gonna be on SVP for sure.
Oh yeah.
If that happens.
Yeah. And what's interesting about these quarterfinal matchups too is that the lower seeds, 3 of the 4 lower seeds are actually favored in these games.
Yeah.
Now that could be a seeding issue that they might have to look at in the future as well, because Boise State and Arizona State are actually not ranked higher than the teams they're playing, but they are seeded higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these next games have a good shot to be interesting.
Absolutely. I hope so.
In the Fiesta Bowl, we're going to have 6-seeded Penn State playing 3-seeded Boise State. Boise State is the 11-point underdog in this one. In the Peach Bowl, we got number 5 Texas playing number 4 Arizona State. And once again, big underdog as the higher seed. Arizona State is 13.5-point dogs. In the Rose Bowl, we got Ohio State in a conference rematch versus Oregon. Ohio State getting maybe the surprising nod as the favorite in this game, but they played earlier in the year and lost by 1 in Oregon. So pretty even teams on paper, you would think.
Pitt up 2 again.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That Ohio State-Oregon matchup at the Rose Bowl, I hope it's a nice day.
It's juicy.
It's going to be nice.
And it's got classic teams for the Rose Bowl, too.
I know.
Former Pac-12 versus current Big Ten.
That's usually what the Rose Bowl is.
Yeah.
Or was.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice.
It's saucy.
Not an Oregon guy, obviously, but that's going to be... When I'm hungover on the first, I'm like, yeah, it's going to be good. This is going to be nice.
And last but not least, the Sugar Bowl is going to see number 7 seed Notre Dame versus number 2 seed Georgia, who is the 2-point favorite, playing without Carson Beck, who has been officially ruled out for the rest of the year.
Has he?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Man.
They knew for sure he wasn't going to play in this game, but yeah, it sounds like he's going to have surgery and be out for the year.
Jeez.
So I think Georgia can win this game, but I don't know about them winning 3 games without Carson Beck at quarterback.
Yeah.
And just because that guy came in the second half and led them to a victory doesn't mean that he's going to do that when teams have a chance to prepare for him. Yeah.
But hey, ask Texas fans. I'm sure they thought the backup looked pretty good when they beat him the second time.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't light it up, but he played well enough, obviously, to get them a W.
Exactly.
So we both went 2-2 in our picks this past week.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's positive on your end.
I'll take that.
You're now 18-24. I'm 28-13-1.
Jeez.
We each picked 3 games this week. Who you got?
Hold on, I'm gonna wait for this play.
Okay, yeah, we got to watch 5th overtime.
Timeout? Come on, man. God damn, they're stretching this game out.
Toledo trying to tie it and not embarrass themselves. Come on, Pitt. Like, let's just get it done right here.
Seriously.
So Ashley can pop the champagne.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take Oregon plus 2.5. It's still really surprising that they're not favored, but your point that you made a few days ago is that they only beat Ohio State by 1 at home.
Yeah.
So that does make sense. But I'm going to take them.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Arizona State. No, excuse me. I thought I picked Texas.
Oh, do you want Texas? I thought you picked Arizona State.
Did I pick Arizona? No.
If you want to change it right now,
yeah, I'm going to take Texas.
Yeah, okay.
Minus 13.5.
Yeah, got it. I need to change that then.
Okay, I don't love the pick. It's a big number. But I was telling you, it's one of those matchups that you see picture, Texas picture, and Arizona State. You're like, that's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Could be. I could be totally wrong. We'll see next week. And then I'm going to go Notre Dame plus 2 versus Georgia. I just kind of need to make up some ground.
Yeah.
So I need the more picks I can. Oh my God, Toledo got it.
God damn it.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Notre Dame matches up with Georgia. I think two physical teams should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
And the backup quarterback situation. Like you said.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think if Beckett's playing in this game, Georgia's probably more like a touchdown favorite rather than 2 points. But, yeah, we'll see. My 3 picks, I'm going with Boise State plus 11 versus Penn State. I think, with Ashton Genty in the backfield, he's going to make some plays and keep them in this game against Penn State.
Future Cowboy.
Ashton
Genty.
We'll see about that. Georgia, I am going to take them against Notre Dame. A little bit of a hedge because I do have Notre Dame beating Georgia in my bracket. But I just think that after, Notre Dame, they look pretty good against Indiana, but I'm not sure how good Indiana really is. And I just think, Georgia's an SEC team. Hate to be corny, but they're battle tested, if you will. Yeah. So
that's how I feel about Texas and Arizona State.
Yeah. And my last pick, I am going to take Ohio State against your Oregon pick, minus 2.5. It's, the old adage that it's hard to beat a good team twice in the same year, but Georgia already beat Texas twice in the same year, so.
Yeah. And Toledo goes up by 2.
Here we go, baby. Keep it going.
I love it.
Yeah, I got high hopes for the quarterfinal, but, we'll see what happens.
You also want the games to be bangers on last week.
Yeah, I thought that Ohio State-Tennessee game had much more potential, and Tennessee was an absolute flop. I guess I was probably giving them too much credit for being an SEC team and winning some big games this year.
Yeah.
But they just had no offense to match up with Ohio State.
No, they didn't. Look at that. Quick segment. I like it.
Yes, sir.
On to the NFL. The Cowboys and Niners are both officially eliminated from playoff contention.
See ya.
That is the kind of season it's been.
I think we probably just chalk it up. No more talking about those guys for the rest of the year.
We don't have to.
Sound good?
No. I mean, unless the Cowboys keep winning football games. The Cowboys
get to 9 wins. That'd be hilarious.
No, it wouldn't.
That'd be only one short of my projection.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
What did you have them at? 8 or 9?
Yeah, pretty close to that.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think I might have 9 and 8, so pretty close. The Cowboys stunned the Bucks and probably NFL America with the win over the Buccaneers.
That was surprising, yeah.
26-24.
Not good for the look for Baker there.
Cowboys are playing spoiler and continue to win games, much to my dismay. Don't love it, but it's just how it is. They've won 4 out of the last 5. And isn't it funny how that one loss is my Gage's guarantee? Which the Cowboys probably should have won.
They had very many opportunities to win that game. You're
if they didn't botch that punt situation,
it
would have been 5 of the last 5.
That is funny.
You just told me, which I didn't know, that CeeDee Lamb's they're sitting for the rest of the season.
Yep.
It's good. He's been
playing
with a bum shoulder, so it's I'm cool with that. I hate it here. I don't like it. I mean, I'm wearing this. I'm like, we're gonna go out later, and I'm taking this off.
I wouldn't wear that.
Well, of course you wouldn't wear it. But
big mistake. Fun football season, guys. We'll see you next year.
Do you want to talk about your Niners at all?
Yeah, they did lose to the Dolphins. I watched the first half of this game. Didn't really. Oh, they did it again.
Toledo.
Is this official? 3rd time's a charm?
I think so.
Congrats, buddies.
That's insane. Sorry, Ash.
Till next year. No champagne.
No champagne. No Game Above Sports Bowl champagne showers this year. Maybe next year, though. That's a hell of a game, though.
It was.
That game started at 11.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were talking about this before noon. For sure.
We sure were. Can I ask you a question about the Niners?
Sure.
Is Jake Moody going to be on the Niners next year?
I think so, but his leash will be very short next year.
He's 23 for 30 on kicks this season.
It's not great.
But he's 25 for 25 on extra points.
I mean, you're supposed to make those, so. 23 for 30, like, that is kind of a lot of misses. I don't know what that percentage is, but I think generally you want to be better than like 85%. And that's definitely not 85%. Come on.
I mean, I know Kyle Shanahan is tired of him because...
That's 76%. That's not good.
No, not really.
Before we move on to the rest of the NFL segment, we are trying a beer today that was gifted to me for Christmas. It's from East Brother. It is a red IPA, East Brothers from Richmond, California, which confirms that there's now more than one brewery in Richmond, because I thought Armistice was the only one.
Brother.
So we'll see how it is. Red IPA makes me think it's probably going to be malty. It is a little on the dark side. Shout out to Star Wars.
Darth Vader.
It's interesting.
I liked it initially. Don't like the aftertaste.
Yeah, it's like it's not something I would drink.
No, but it's got some good flavor to it.
It is, yeah. I don't know that I've ever actually had a red IPA. I know of the style. But
I don't think I have either. Maybe.
Wouldn't choose it.
No.
It's a little, yeah, it is malty. Yeah. It's interesting.
Other notable scores from Week 16: the Chiefs beat the Texans 27-19. Ravens beat the Steelers 34-17. Isn't that technically Week 17?
No, that was last week.
Oh, because
yesterday's games were Week 17.
It's confusing because they
switched places.
Yeah,
yes.
The Commanders beat the Eagles 36-33, despite Jalen Hurts. Or no.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he got hurt in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And it sucks for the Eagles, but for the Commanders, you got to take advantage.
Yeah.
And the Vikings beat the Seahawks 27-24.
Just a little context on how long that game was. It overlapped into the next game, and we're already 9 minutes into the second quarter of Kansas State versus Rutgers in the Rate Bowl,
which is tied at 17.
Yeah, good ball game. So how about it?
These are better bowl games than the CFP ones. Just saying.
Holy shit!
Just saying.
Where are they playing this game? Is that a baseball stadium?
Yeah.
Is that where the Rangers play?
It's where the Diamondbacks play.
Oh, it's in Arizona?
Yeah. I can only tell because I can see the retired numbers and I see 51-20.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good call. Anyhow.
Other things I wanted to mention about Week 16. I know it's kind of Week 17-ish too, but the Chiefs keep rolling somehow, and they clinch the 1 seed in the AFC
15-1.
What? Isn't that crazy? 15-1?
Yeah.
I don't even think... I'd have to look because I have it on my notebook of what I had them going, but I think I had them going... Not 15-1.
I put them at 12, but that was partially based on the fact that I was picking the Chargers to win the division.
No.
Yeah. But they only won, I think, 11 last year.
Yeah.
So that would have been a step up.
Yeah. The Packers, they shut out the Saints 34-0. Do you remember when the Saints were the best 2-0 team of all time? Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That was fun.
The Saints are also the first team to get shut out this season.
Yeah, isn't it funny that they beat the Cowboys by that many points, too?
That was a bad game. And the Texans almost got shut out, but they managed to get a safety on Derrick Henry.
One of the funnier scores I've ever seen. Somehow it's happened 3 times now.
Yeah, not a scoregami.
Not a scoregami.
So I immediately checked like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
And then I think it happened yesterday, but Lamar Jackson does become the all-time leading rusher for quarterbacks passing Michael Vick.
Pretty cool.
Lamar is still really young, so he might...
Yeah, was he 28 or 29? Something like that?
Yeah. So he's going to be able to add on to that for a while.
He is impressive, no doubt.
Player of the week, who do you got?
Give me...
I know who I have.
Is it Jonathan Taylor?
No.
Okay, then mine's...
That's a good pick, though.
I'm taking Jonathan Taylor. Okay. A guy who's... He struggled with injury kind of in the middle of the season, but he actually had a huge impact on the fantasy football championship in our league this year, and he won Zoe a lot of money.
Yeah.
218 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns.
Given the fact that Zoe had Jalen Hurts go down early, and then her tight end had double donuts.
Yeah, isn't that
and she
wild?
still beat Sean.
She also picked up a backup tight end.
Fair.
So that's her fault.
That's very fair.
But hell of a day for Johnny T.
Yeah. I'm going to go with your boy Jaden Daniels.
He was my runner-up.
5 passing touchdowns, 81 yards rushing. He led the team in rushing.
Yeah.
And like I said, had a big division win against the Eagles, and they still have a shot to win the division.
Yep, they do.
It's kind of...
It's close to impossible, but they got a shot.
They got a shot.
I did want to talk about him because...
He also had 2 picks.
He did, yeah. One of them was definitely bad. But hell of a drive to win the game at the end there. But we talk about Lamar Jackson, and I'm not saying he's Lamar, but he's not far off from a skill set standpoint.
Yeah.
Might even be a more polished passer at early in his career than Lamar was. Actually, definitely a more polished passer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So he's going to be fun to watch going forward. Not for you as a Cowboys fan, but as an NFL fan.
And hopefully the Giants don't get the first pick and get their franchise quarterback.
Did you hear what was...
It was Adam Schefter.
So, yeah, he was saying it was the Eagles?
Yeah, instead of Saquon trying to get the rushing record, which he probably could get if he rushed well in the next 2 weeks, that they should purposely lose so the Giants don't get the first pick, which means they wouldn't be getting their quarterback of the future. Yeah. And I think it's brilliant.
It's some mastermind shit, but hey... maybe they end up getting the better quarterback picking second, like the
Commanders.
Arguably, the Commanders did this year. Arguably,
it's a good point.
It's early, but
it's a good point.
Yeah.
You also beat me in fantasy, so I didn't beat you 3 times. I got 6th place. Thanks. That 5th place would look really good.
Yeah, you were top 5. Is that a big thing for you?
Let's go on the stat sheet, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
You whooped my ass. Did you score the most points?
I sure did.
Does that still count for our?
You know what's making me sick right now is. I shouldn't have even done this to myself, but I look back and if I had just beat Sean, I'd be the champion right now.
Would you?
I would. But here I am playing for 5th place.
So you're talking about if you didn't play.
If I played Derek Carr instead of Will Levis.
Dude. I wouldn't even want to know that.
I don't know why I did it to myself. I was really just hoping that I would find out that I didn't, have the team to win the whole thing, but I did. Just made a bad decision.
Because who would you have played the next week if you would have beaten Sean?
I would have played Arb, and I outscored Arb by a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you had 140.
And then I outscored Zoe this week. Wow. Yeah.
Oh God.
Isn't that brutal?
I mean, that's excellent homework by you. But that is so brutal. That is bad.
Yep. Pretty awesome stuff.
But no one wants to see the commissioner win because it looks kind of bad.
I got to do it once.
You have won the championship.
Fucking 12 years ago.
That, dude.
I got to win 1 out of every 14 for it to make sense, all right?
That.
So I got 2 more years to do it.
Is really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You overthought it. You overthought it.
You know what?
Was that the same week that I picked up Will Levis and dropped him?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
That could have been me.
Sure did. Next year, I'm just not doing any preparation for the draft. I'm just gonna. I want that guy.
Just act like you're doing a draft, but just do auto pick.
Yeah, perfect.
Like you'll be there, I'll be doing. You're like, oh man, like stressing out.
I'll just get shit faced.
Like,
that's what I want.
Aren't you gonna draft? Nah, auto pick.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
CPU's got it.
Yeah, it's wow.
Justin Tucker, do you have some stats on Justin Tucker? I kind of looked it up earlier, but fantasy-wise...
Danny did want to mention to me that he got 12 points. Yeah. Danny did not start him.
Nope.
But he got 12 points. I hope you have more of the actual statistics.
So, well, I looked at it today, and he did play another week yesterday, so I think it calculated that, but he averaged exactly 8 points per week this year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what did he do yesterday?
He did 9 yesterday.
Okay, so I'm talking about last week.
Yeah. But he had 12 in week 16.
So his average for the year was 8?
Yes, 8, which I think put him at 9th overall amongst kickers, which is
Yeah,
it's mid.
Better than Jake Moody.
I think it actually his average makes him lower. He's more like 11 or 12 on average.
So to me, that doesn't sound like an automatic 10.
No, not an automatic 10, and not worthy of being the first kicker taken.
So Danny, it's kind of clown behavior you did there for a
little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
It's okay. As much as we love you.
Yeah. He won't pick him next year, I can promise you that.
You can't now.
Actually, I hope he does.
Yeah, he should.
I hope he really gives it to us and picks him again.
Yeah, and then has another Shankopotamus season. I don't know how much more I can drink of this.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not really that good.
Good thing we have Sierra Nevadas.
I will finish it. Don't worry. Picks. We're kind of...
We shit the bed this past week. Me more than you, but yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, I went 1 for 2 by net no money, right?
Yeah, you did. You did hit your 300. So
that's how all my weeks have been. It seems like
that's better than
being minus 600.
Better than nothing. Yeah. So yeah, you got Detroit, but lost to the Niners and the Steelers, of course. I went 0-2-1, my second tie of the year. That tie was Minnesota -3. They won by exactly 3. Tennessee, terrible pick. They actually made that game kind of close. I don't know if you saw the final score.
I did not.
But I think I sent it to you, and it was like 38-10, and they lost like 38-30 or something like that.
Geez.
Yeah. But I still needed more than that. I also took Arizona -5 against Carolina. They didn't even fucking win the game. Embarrassing. Cardinals eliminated from the postseason.
Kyler Murray
Just like that.
crying on the sideline.
Is he pulling a Caleb? That's what these Oklahoma quarterbacks did. So, Gage, you are now 20-22, -$600 on the year.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad. You're right there, knocking on 500 with 2 weeks to go. Me, on the other hand, 22-18-2, plus $300. I'll take that as well.
Absolutely.
Who are you taking this week?
My $300 pick, I'm going to go with the Lions, -3.5 at your Niners.
Healthy pick.
It's
I can't believe it's only 3.5.
I thought the same thing.
They have so much to play for, and the Niners got nothing to play for.
And I feel like, would you have picked this with your first pick?
I was thinking about it as my second pick.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely was in my...
It's too juicy not to pick.
It's fat.
For my $200 pick, I'm going to go Commanders -4.5 against the Falcons. I think the Commanders, kind of like the Lions, still have a lot to play for, and I think they can easily cover that. And $100 pick, do not love it at all. The Dolphins have to win a cold weather game sometime, and I'm picking them to go -6.5 against the Browns.
Ballsy.
At the Browns.
Big balls.
Tua is going to be wearing some sleeves.
He fucking should be wearing a jacket out there. Parka. He's a Parka monkey.
What about you?
I'm taking the Bengals -3.5. Last time I'm doing this ever, I promise. Against the Denver Broncos. Must win for Joey B and the Bengals. Yeah, they're at home. I guess that'll serve them well. We'll see. They've been lighting it up on the scoreboard all year. So as long as they can just play a half a quarter of defense, they might win this game. My $200 pick, I'm going with the Bills -9.5 versus the Jets. I think this is the last game where the Bills have to play for anything, and I think they're just going to put it on the Jets and just call it a season until the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I like that, even though it's a big number. Last pick, biggest matchup I think of the weekend, probably. You got Green Bay +1. I'm taking them at Minnesota.
It's a big NFC North matchup.
Yeah. Packers, I guess, still could jump Minnesota in the wild card standings.
Okay.
Minnesota's still got a lot to play for as far as the division goes because they are tied in the standings with Detroit, and I think they play them once more. Is that correct? Do they play Week 18?
Do they? That'd be nice.
That'd be fucking awesome. I actually don't know if that's true. To check the facts, but yeah, that division is pretty wild on paper right now.
I do want to mention real quick that I have the Niners winning the Super Bowl.
Nice. Yes, we will have Vikings-Lions Week 18,
Okay.
possibly for the division. That's pretty cool.
So I will not be back-to-back when it comes to having the right Super Bowl champion pick.
Sorry, Chief.
But the Ravens making it is still very much on the table.
Is your pick of the Niners worse than my pick of the Bengals? Just saying.
Oh, man.
I mean, they're neck and neck. The Bengals are still alive.
Are they?
Yeah.
Then I guess,
Technically.
I guess, yeah. I guess
Technically they are.
I guess it was the worst pick.
Just had to throw that out there.
But going into it, it felt really good.
Yeah. I'm kind of liking my Eagles to go into the Super Bowl pick more than I did early in the
Yeah,
season.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pick the Niners to win next year because we'll have a last place schedule.
Good point. Good
Just
point.
saying. Just saying.
Yep. Can't wait to play the Panthers and the who else stinks?
The Saints.
They're in the same division, so it's only one of them. Giants. Ooh, juicy.
With Shedeur Sanders.
Shaducey. Okay, picks are in there.
Picks are in.
And that means it's time for top 6.
I got too cute last week. I went back to what I usually do, so that's all I'm going to say going into it.
It's funny because I made an error that I am going to admit last week as well.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
From the bottom, I almost put the Ravens here, but I'm going to keep them just one spot outside the top 6. I have the Green Bay Packers still at 6 at 11-4. I didn't really have anyone else I was comparing them to other than Baltimore. They both have tough strengths of schedule, and then the Packers have one fewer loss, so I kind of got to give them the nod there. Not a lot of great wins for Green Bay, but the Rams and the Texans, decent wins. compared to Baltimore, who's racked up a ton of good wins, actually. So, got to give them credit there, but they're just outside. Number 5, I have Philly moving down to number 5 at 12-3. They still have a really great resume. I mean, I think they probably good chance they actually beat Washington if Jalen Hurts stays in there, but he didn't, and I can't really, can't imagine things that didn't happen.
Yeah.
At number 4, so this is where I feel like I made an oversight last week, and I should have had Minnesota number 4 last week and Buffalo 3, and that's where I have them this week.
Okay.
So Minnesota, even forgetting that they beat the Seahawks at 13-2, I do have them at number 4. Buffalo just has a much better strength of schedule this season, and the 2 far better wins, to be honest. And so I feel like they deserve the 3 spot. And you might say, well, why wouldn't you just put them at number 2? Because Detroit's also 13-2 and they beat them. But Detroit has, I think, even a better resume than Buffalo, even aside from that head-to-head. And I don't think you can put everything when it comes to making these rankings on head-to-head. Okay. I think that can be like a tiebreaker, so to speak. But I think at 13-2 and just as good as of a resume, if not better, than Buffalo, I still got them at number 2. And still at number 1, probably locked into the 1 spot because they're not going to play anybody next week. Kansas City at 15-1.
Yeah. So for me, I had the Ravens at 6, Packers at 7. To me, the Ravens, they've beaten the Bills, Commanders, Buccaneers, Broncos, Chargers, Steelers, and Texans.
Yeah.
And their 3 good losses are the Chiefs, Steelers, and Eagles. All have over 10 wins.
Yeah.
So that's, to me, what was your reasoning? Was it like strength of schedule?
Well, they both have a very tough strength of schedule overall. I mean, yes, Baltimore does have more good wins, but it's not like Green Bay hasn't beaten anybody good, I guess, is my point. And they do have another shot to even further, enhance their resume this week. I guess I didn't want to punish Green Bay for not getting the opportunity to play this weekend yet, like Baltimore already played yesterday. Because if Baltimore 10-5, I think even more so, I'm not putting them up there. It was close though.
You could argue if Baltimore has 1 or 2 more, or if they have 1 or 2 more wins, they might have the best resume.
They might be number 2
overall.
Yeah.
I know they're 11-5.
Yeah. No, I agree. Though.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
So with the 2 12-3 teams, I have the Bills at 5.
Okay.
Eagles at 4. I think the Eagles have the better wins with the Packers, Ravens, Commanders, and Steelers all having 10 wins. And the Bills do have the really, really good wins of the 15-win Chiefs and the 13-win Lions. Mm-hmm. And I think their third best win, probably the Seahawks, 8-7. I know it's kind of a stretch, but they are in a race to win the division.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Good losses for the Bills are the Ravens, Texans, Rams, in my opinion, and the Eagles' good losses are the Buccaneers, who are 8-7 but still can win the division.
Yeah.
And the Commanders yesterday with the Jalen Hurts going down the first quarter, so who knows what could have happened after that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I'm going to put the Vikings at 3, which I believe they were 5 for me last week. Like I said, I'm not getting too pretty.
Yeah.
They got 13 wins. They deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
They beat the Texans, the Packers, and the Seahawks. Good losses to the Lions and the Rams. Just like you have the Lions at 2 and the Chiefs at 1.
Yeah. I like that there's a lot of potential for some big movement here with Green Bay playing Minnesota this week, like we talked about, and then Minnesota playing Detroit the following week with a lot on the line. Unfortunately, in the AFC, like those teams just don't have as much to play for right now. Because Buffalo, assuming they win against the Jets, like their season's done because they've locked up the 2 seed. Kansas City's already locked up the 1 seed. Baltimore would then just be playing. They just have to win one more game to win their division. Yeah. So, yeah.
And let me say the Chiefs, they have good. Like their resume now is looking a lot better than it was, let's say, 3 or 4 weeks ago. They beat the Ravens 11 wins, Chargers twice, who have 9 wins, Broncos 9 wins, and the Steelers yesterday, who have 10 wins.
No doubt.
And their only loss is to a really good Bills team.
Right. Yeah, I think that's why they're the unquestioned number 1 at this point. And they're actually, like, the eye test, they're passing that a lot more now, playing really good defense still, and the offense is showing up a little bit more.
And most notably, the Steelers are not on this list right now.
Not on there. Yeah, I got them below Baltimore as the number 8 team.
Yeah, I just have 7 because I don't think I need to have the...
I just have all the 10-win teams ranked. Like Pittsburgh would be ahead of Washington on my board, but if I had to go that far, but yeah, I think Pittsburgh's kind of turning out to be what they thought we thought they were going to be.
Yeah. They'll be in the playoffs, but
yeah,
we'll see what they do in the playoffs.
Right. I think Kansas City's funny too. Like, even though we're talking a little highly of them right now, they still might be the worst 15-1 team ever. Outside of who we know is on their team, just what they produce on the field does not look like a 15-1 team.
It just doesn't feel like anybody has a lot of confidence in them, maybe besides themselves.
Yeah.
Because, it's like they're like a sneaky 15-1, and they're not flashy. Like Patrick Mahomes is not a flashy quarterback this year.
No.
But flashiness doesn't necessarily mean you win. So they're finding the way to win, and you have to respect it.
Yeah, he's in his Tom Brady era.
I told Devin yesterday, the Bills are going to get in the playoffs. They're going to beat them. You don't think so?
I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it right now.
Really?
So
do you think? So how would? I mean, I guess we don't know the seeding yet, but they'd probably match up in the championship game.
That's most likely the only way it's going to happen. Unless somehow the Bills lose enough games to fall behind the Ravens.
I understand Mahomes has the mental over Lamar and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
But he can't own the AFC forever. Even Tom Brady took years off from winning the AFC.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's not Chiefs-Ravens in the championship game. I hope it's Chiefs-Bills.
I think everybody wants that.
Yeah.
It's
Or Ravens-Bills if it comes to that.
Well, yeah, that too.
But
it just doesn't feel like how I said at the beginning of the year. I said the Chiefs need to go all in for the three-peat, because it's probably the only other time in Patrick Mahomes' career he's gonna have this opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but if not now, then when?
Right.
And at this point, I don't feel like they are three-peat worthy.
Yeah.
If it makes any sense. I mean, they're 15-1, but they just don't. They have the same amount of 30-point games won as the Raiders.
Yeah.
But they make it work.
And I think you look at point differential, they're on plus 97. Detroit's plus 194. It's literally double.
Yeah. Do you think the Chiefs, if they get past the AFC, they could beat any of the NFC teams that make it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, they could beat any. Yeah, could, for sure.
Or do you feel like it's going to be harder for them to beat the AFC teams they have to face in the playoffs, or the NFC team they could face in the Super Bowl?
I feel like
obviously in the AFC you have to win multiple games to get to that point.
Yeah, I think the Bills might be the team that gives them the toughest go right now.
Including the NFC teams?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because
they're going to get...
it's close. Philly might be right there.
The Bills are going to get them. I really think...
I hope so.
I really think this is the year.
I'm not ready to buy it, man. I'm just really not. Yeah, I'm not... for whatever reason, I think we're putting a lot of stock in them beating them in Buffalo a few weeks back, and the fact that they beat the Lions. But I don't... the Lions are kind of reeling right now a little bit with all these injuries.
Yeah. It feels like it's going to be, like you said, either Philly or Buffalo.
Yeah.
To beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not... I feel bad for the Lions franchise and their fans and all that, but it just doesn't... It's not looking good for them right now on paper.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Well, with that being said...
Here we go, baby.
What time is it?
We are racing right now.
We are. It is last call. I'm going to open a beer.
Do it.
Why not?
Send it.
Why not? Ooh, frosty. Okay, let's go.
You can do it with your teeth?
No. I'm not Naomi.
That's funny.
No, thanks. I like my teeth. Do you have anything?
I really don't. I was going to kind of talk about who's winning the pool right now, I guess, but that doesn't... I mean, there's 6 people tied for first place in the bracket pool, so not much to report at this moment. But yeah, like we mentioned, JoJo is leading in the polls as far as best chance to win.
Boise State.
24% chance. I'm not buying that. But
are you buying that more than you're buying the Bills beating the Chiefs in the playoffs?
No,
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Sorry, JoJo.
So you have to make sure where you're at right here.
One thing that's cool is it shows your path to win. So it's telling me what needs to happen for my bracket to win, which I think is pretty cool.
Cool.
It shows that for everybody. For you, if you're interested in knowing,
sure.
Dan Landing Strip. You need Oregon to win it all, of course, like I do. You need Georgia to be their opponent. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You just need Georgia to at least get to the semifinals. So they need to beat Notre Dame. Gotcha. Then you also need Texas to be the team that plays Oregon. So they need to beat Arizona State.
Okay.
And then after that, I think you might need some help. I'm not sure. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about like whether Georgia needs to like lose in the semifinals or not. But
Yeah.
who do you have them Oregon beating?
Georgia.
Okay, so you kind of. I guess what they're saying is it doesn't make a difference whether or not they go to the finals or not. Yeah.
Because who do you have in the final?
I have Notre Dame.
Damn.
Which I'm probably the only person that picked Notre Dame. No. But I felt like, well, because I was picking them to beat Georgia, and then after that, like, it's either Boise State or Penn State. I picked Penn State to beat Boise State, and I think Penn State, Notre Dame, I like Notre Dame by a little bit in that matchup.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I like that.
We shall see.
I have a few things. I mean, come on, I had to talk about LeBron, right? LeBron James becomes the NBA all-time leader in regular season minutes played and 10-point games. And he turns 40 this weekend.
You know what's funny? I feel like...
and he beat your Warriors
nice.
on Christmas yesterday.
He's been 40 for a long time, and he's not even 40 yet.
Right. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, he's 40.
Is someone... I watched some, like... It was literally a clip.
Cowherd was calling him 39 like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I started calling him 39. You're like, he's like 36.
Yeah.
I was like, Cowherd says he's 39. You're like, yeah, I noticed. He's not 39.
He was I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody like big in sports media. It was like, what is LeBron, like 41? And I'm like, is he even 40 yet?
Close. He's close.
But yeah, it's funny that everyone's calling him older than he actually is. I don't know if they're just trying to like emphasize like, oh, he's that good for his age or what, but
yeah. I mean, it's
impressive.
It's impressive that he's gonna be 40 in a couple of days. Like he'll actually be 40.
Yeah.
He's been 40 for the last 5 years.
Yeah. We can start officially putting the 4 in front of his age.
Absolutely. Anything else? No.
Not really. Just Happy New Year, everybody.
I was gonna say Happy New Year. ISR will be around in 2025. Don't you worry.
Yep.
We're not going anywhere.
We're going to do one episode, and that's going to be it.
See ya.
Yeah. No, we'll be back. Back in full force. NFL playoffs are coming soon. I'm ready for them to start because so many of the teams feel like they're already locked into the playoffs at this point. I mean, there is some weird shit that could happen, but not likely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's always fun. And I don't have to worry about your Niners, so it's like I can just watch it freely.
Stress-free.
Exactly.
I don't hate it. You know, I mean, I'm cool with not having to stress about them. You know,
or like have your plans kind of be free.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to watch the game? Sure.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, the last year you want to watch the game, but the Niners are on. That kind of thing.
Have to watch the game.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're going to enjoy some bowling, I think, tonight. Correct?
I got my practice on the Wii yesterday, and I'm going to do the real thing. Got my shoulder all loosened up.
A couple white rushies.
Might have tore a pec, though, but we'll see.
Maybe some pool.
Ooh, shooting some stuff.
I am not a good pool player at all. I can never get the geometry down.
I linked up with James and Nico for some pool the other day, and I'm not good either. I'm okay, but I'm not good.
When I'm there ready to shoot, I really think I'm online, and it's just not really that close.
Well, the problem, I feel like, for most people, and myself included, is like you think you have it lined up, and then when you actually take the shot is when you fuck up. It's not like you're off as far as your...
It's more of like where the cue goes.
Like, yeah, because you think you're going to nail it, and then you like speed up to do it, and then it goes off kilter. Yeah, that's where I feel like I'm my most...
You see, Nico, he's fucking probably playing in New York all the time. He's probably got some mad game.
He was probably the best player on the table when we played, but not by a lot. He wasn't just banging shit from corner to corner.
Like when it comes to like bar games, I'm a darts guy.
Yeah,
I like playing darts.
I like darts too.
I'll play pool.
Yeah,
but like if you want to see me, come see me on dartboard.
I think you got me into darts, and I like darts more than pool.
Yeah. And you beat me at darts plenty of times.
I can do it now. Like you're still the favorite every time we match up, but I can do it once in a while.
So yeah, that'll be fun. Be nice to see Nico.
Absolutely. Maybe Zoe if she wants to like get frisky. Not like that.
Yeah, she owes me a couple beers.
Yeah, she does. We're not going to talk about it, but she does.
No, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it, but she owes me a couple beers.
Yeah, she absolutely
for sure. And with that being said, we will see you guys in 2025.
Peace.
Peace.